Hello, dear student. Exercise 3.4. Question number 1. Find the inverse of each of matrices if it exists. So, this is the second way to find out the inverse of matrix. So, in this, what we have to do, there is only one step. So, as we know, A transpose equal to unity matrix. This concept we will apply here. So whatever the matrix is given, first of all, we have to write like this, we represented by A. Now, second important concept, if any matrix is multiplied by unity matrix, this will always give A. This is always give A. So these two concepts we will apply. So first of all, in each and every questions, we have to do the same step. First, we have to write A equal to I into A. That is same A because we are just multiplying by 1. It's like unity matrix. Okay. So A equal to 1 minus 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 0, 1. So in place of identity matrix, we have to write 2:2 matrix and this is equal to A. Now our second task is when we are writing, so A complement equal to unity matrix. This way you have to remember because in the right hand side A is already there. A is already there. Now in the left hand side, whatever the matrix is there, that we have to bring in the form of unity matrix I, and after operation whatever the result will come, that is nothing but the A complement. So this is the direct result of A complement, that is A inverse. Now, for that we have to select, and I'm going to give you the technique. Now, first of all, our task is to bring 1001 in place of this. So first of all, we have to think what we can do so that in this place and this place we can bring 0. So for that, if suppose we will multiply by the second row by 2 and subtract the second row, first of all, we have to multiply this row, that is first row by 2 and subtract from here. That is R2 tending to R2 minus R1 if we will do, this is the first operation. So first operation once we will do, so just multiplying by 2, that is, and after that R2 minus R1, we will get this value. And same operation we have to apply here also. Like 1, 0, it is the same because we are not putting any value, we are just multiplying in this by 2. So after that 0 minus 2 is nothing but minus 2 and 0 minus 0 into 2, that is 0 only, and this value is 1 only. So 1 minus 0 is 1 only. So this is the value that first of all we have to convert. This is the first step. Everything is important what the operation we have to do, but the technique is here we have to put, here we have to bring 0 and 0. Now second step we have to see, this is the 5. So in the second row, first of all we have to divide by 5. So this operation we have to apply here and here in the second row. In the second row, that means this row. So in this row and in this row, if you will apply, this is nothing but 1 minus 1, same value 0, and this is 5, that is 1. 1, 0, minus 2 by 5, 1 by 5. Now 1, 0, 0, 1. So if we will add R1 plus R2 and the value we have to put in the first row, then this become 1, 0 and 0, 1. And here also do the same thing, 3 by 5, 1 by 5, minus 2 by 5, 1 by 5, and this is A. Now in the left hand side, you can see this is 1, 0, 0, 1, and this is unity matrix and A complement. So this is representing the value A complement. So this is the value A inverse. So inverse is, this is the inverse. So this is the step that we have to follow each and every questions. Second, 2, 1, 1, 2. Same thing we have to write here. A equal to IA. This is the first step we have to write. And at the end stage, I unity matrix equal to A. This is the inverse. And this is the, whatever the matrix is there, it will come. So A value is 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. And this I due to the unity matrix 1, 0, 0, 1 and A. And after that, R1 minus R2 we will do. So this becomes 0. So only we have, our task is to bring left hand side 1001, and same way R2 tending to R2 minus R1, then this becomes 1001, and this is A, and A complement is nothing but 1 minus 1 minus 1 2. This is the value. So this is the operation, step by step operation we have to do. Find the inverse. This is also the same question. A equal to IA first we have to do, and to bring here, our task is to bring 0 and 0 1 here. So for that, what we have to do, we have to apply R2 tending to R2 minus 2 R1. So whatever the operation we have to apply, same operation we have to do left and right. So this becomes 1001. After applying these two steps, we got this value and this value, and this is nothing but the inverse. So just you can take the reference of this, very, very important, 2357, A equal to IA. Same steps we have to follow, because here a lot of numbers are there. So we have to see, first of all, we have to bring, the technique is here, we have to bring 1. So for 1, we have to do R1 tending to R1 by 2. Now, second step, here we have to bring, easily we have to bring 0. So for 1, 0, for that we have to do the R2. Only focus on this step, and automatically the operation, whatever the operation we are doing, automatically this step we have to do in the right hand side also. After that, for 3 by 2, this steps we have to do R1 plus 3 R2. So this becomes 0, and R2 tending to minus 2 R1. So this is the steps that we have to follow. So this is 1001, and this is the inverse. Find the inverse of the matrix A equal to this, A equal to IA. So we have to follow the same steps. See, we have to do the first here 1. So for that, first row 1 by 2 R1. After that, same type of steps, you can just follow the number. So in what particular number we are doing, R2 tending to R2 minus 7 R1. After that, we got this, and this is the step R1 minus R2 we have to do. This got the steps, and corresponding right hand side steps we can do easily, and this is 1 0 and 0 here and 2. Now this is nothing but the 1, because here we are doing 2, so this becomes 1. This is not 2 by printing mistake. So this is the required matrix. Find the inverse 2513, A equal to IA. So A equal to IA. So A value is this, and IA we have to convert this into the, and same operation like 2 is there. So just you follow the same steps, 1 by 2 R1. So this become 1 and 1. R2 minus R1, this becomes 0, and automatically this operation will also come, and R1 tending to minus R2 minus 5 R2. So this is the 0 become now, and after that 1001. If 1001 came, and whatever the value, this is nothing but inverse of matrix. Same 7th 3152, A equal to AI. We have to do the same 1001, and whatever the operation with respect to the column, this time we did, and C1 tending to C1 minus 2 C2, C2 tending to C2 minus C1, and this is the operation. So just you do the practice, and what the concept and technique that I discussed with you. Our task is to focus on 1 by 1. First we have to bring this 1. After that, this becomes 0, and this becomes 0, and this becomes 1. So this is the steps that we have to follow. So 1001, and this is nothing but the inverse of the matrix. 4534. Just you can see the steps now, and just follow the steps. R1 minus R2, R2 3 minus R1, and R1 minus R2. This is giving inverse. This is your inverse, and this is your unit matrix. It's key. Now next question. This is the steps that we have to follow. 9th question also the same. 3 10 2 7. So After doing all the operations here, A, so R1 minus R2 minus 2R1. So here one by one operation. First we have to complete this operation. After that, whatever the operation you can do, after that you can apply. So only the technique is you have to bring 1, after that 0, here 1 and here 0. And corresponding element in the right hand side, automatically we will change. So once this step will complete, then this is nothing but the inverse of the given matrix. 10th, 3 minus 4 minus 1, 2. So just doing the same operation, here we are getting A equal to A in multiplication of 1 by 2, 2, 3 by 2. This is nothing but the inverse. Question number 11, 2 minus 6, 1 minus 2. After doing the operation, this is the operation C2 tending to C2 plus 3C1, C1 tending to C1 minus C2. And this is the basic operation we multiply here, we did here, and we got in the left hand side, we got 1, 0, 0, 1, and this is nothing but the inverse of the given matrix. So this is just 1, 0, 0, 1 from the left hand side matrix. It will come automatically by just doing the practice of this operation. So 6 minus 3 minus 2, 1. Now after doing all the operation, we can see here this is 2, 0 is coming. So that is not possible. This is inverse is not possible because this is not coming in unity matrix in the left hand side. So this is inverse is not possible in this question. So A inverse does not exist. Find the inverse of matrix if it exists. 2 minus 3 minus 1, 2. Same steps we have to follow. Here 2 is there, so R1 plus R2 if you will do, then this become 1 minus 1 minus 1, 2, and this is the right hand side value. After that we have to bring this 0, so R2 plus R1 we have to do, this becomes 0, and R1 plus R2 again we will do. This is the 3 steps, and this is the required inverse of the given matrix. Now next question, find the inverse of the matrix if it exists. Same we have to do. A equal to IA, so R1 tending to R1 minus R2 by 2. So this is become 0, 0, 4, 2. Now in the above we can see that all the zeros in the first row of the matrix in the LHS, so A inverse not exist. If any particular row or column both are 0, then inverse is not possible. Now for the 2:2 matrix, it is crystal clear. Now we have to complete for the inverse of matrix for 3:3 matrix. We have to do A equal to IA. First we have to write, and we have to apply the same steps and process that we have to follow in the 2:2 matrix. So this is the value, and this is the unity matrix 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 1. 2 minus 3 3 0 5 0 3 minus 2 2. So once we will apply here, so first the possibility is to bring 0 is here and here. So this is for this we did the operation R2 minus R1, and the value we are putting in the R2. After that R2 tending to 1 by 5 R2, because we have to bring this 1. So this is our task is to bring here 0 1 0. So for that R2 tending to 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 will do. So this is the step, and according to that this will also change. Now this is the first step, that at least 0 1 0 we got in the left hand side matrix. After that R1 minus R3 we will do, then this we got this result, and here also we got this is the value. R1 plus R2 and R3 tending to R3 plus 2 R2. So this will come only by the practice. You have to just do this particular practice. Minus 1 0 1 0 1 0 and 3 0 2. For that we have to do the operation, and this become -1 0 1 0 1 0 and 0 0, here should come 1. So for that 1 by 5 R3, and this is the value. So this is nothing but the inverse of the given matrix. This is the inverse R1 minus R3 we will do, and R1 tending to -1 into R1 we will do. Then this is the negative value. So this is negative value. So for remove the negative value, just we multiply by R1 in by negative minus R1, and this is the inverse of the given matrix. So this is the steps that we have to follow for the inverse of the matrix. This is also the 3:3 matrix. Same steps we have to follow. A equal to IA, and apply the operation so that we can find out the, in the left hand side we can find out the unity matrix. So R2 tending to R2 plus 3R1 and R3 tending to R3 minus 2R1. Once we will do this, this is the value we got. Again, R1, this is for the reference, you can follow this and do the operation. R1 tending to R1 plus 3R3 and R2 tending to R2 plus 3R 8R3. So we are getting this 1 0 10 0 1 21 0 minus 1 4. So corresponding in the right hand side also we got the value. Now R3 tending to R3 plus R2. So this is the value, and R3 tending to R3 by 25. Here 1 we will get, and lot of operations in the row. We suppose we started with the row, then lot of operations we have to complete in the row. So R1 minus 10 R3, R2 tending to R2 minus 21 R3. So 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 1. So this is the value we got, and A inverse, this is the inverse value of the given matrix. Now question number 17, find the inverse of the matrix if it exists. This is also the same operation we have to apply like that. R1 by 2 in the second row, R2 minus 5 R1, because see, only the most important thing is always you have to do 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. This always remember how to bring this. For that we have to apply the different in the row, we have to apply the operation. So this is the value. Same R3 we will, once we will apply this result we will get, and R3 tending to 2 R3, this result we will get, and after applying R1 tending to R1 R3 plus 2 and R2 minus 5 R3 by 2. So this is the operation, and we got, ultimately our task is to bring unity matrix in the left hand side, and this is the corresponding value. So this, just by the practice you can command on this inverse process. Matrices A and B will inverse of each other if, what is the choice that we have to find out. Now if AB and BA equal to in identity matrix, then we can say the inverse of both the matrix value AB and BA equal to identity matrix, then both are same. So I hope the inverse process of this is crystal clear for all of you, but this required a lot of practice, and you have to understand the concept only how to bring the unity matrix in the left hand side. For that only we have to do a lot of operations. Thank you.